Rockies came away with the win last night, and they will try to take the series today against the Phillies. Rockies now back at the 500 mark. Phillies remaining in last place in the National League East. They'll turn to Jake Arrieta today to try to get back on the right side of their record. Arrieta making his 7th start of the season. It's been a struggle for him. 32 in the 3rd innings pitched, 43 hits allowed, a 164 whip, and a 6.68 ERA. 28 strikeouts against 10 walks for the former Cub. Has not had as much success with the Phillies as he did with the Cubs. Also for the Orioles before that. This is his 2nd year with Philly. First batter he will face is Trevor Story, who had a 3-hit ball game yesterday. Finished a home run shy of the cycle. First pitch from Arrieta is going to be in there for a strike. Story hitting much better on the road than at home, oddly, as you saw. So right now Phillies are 13-19. Not doing anything yesterday to improve their standings in the NL East. The 0-1 delivery coming to Story is going to miss outside. It's a beautiful afternoon here in Philly. 69 degrees under clear skies. Hardly any wind to speak of. You can see the flags are completely still. 1-1 coming to Story is going to miss outside. Now it's a hitter's count. Some transactions for the Rockies. Scott Oberg, you saw him pitch yesterday and had to leave due to injury. He has been placed on the 15-day injured list with a fractured wrist. Ground ball to second base. That's going to be out number 1. Story is retired. Let's take a look at the rest of the lineup for the Rockies. Batting second, the right fielder Charlie Blackmon. Batting third, the center fielder David Dahl. Batting cleanup at third base, Nolan Arenado. Batting fifth at second base, Ryan McMahon. Batting sixth in left field, Ian Desmond. Batting seventh, getting the start today at first base is Chris Owings. And batting eighth, the catcher Tony Walters back in there. Neil Murphy getting his first day off of the year. Charlie Blackmon bats, swings and misses at the first pitch for strike 1. Blackmon hitting .303 now. He's on a 5-game hitting streak. Homered in yesterday's ball game, so now in his last 2 games, he's got 4 home runs, hit 3 in that final game of the homestand against the White Sox. 0-1 pitch coming in, is going to miss low. 1 ball and 1 strike. But a corresponding move for the Oberg injury. Tim Collins had his contract selected. He was a minor league signing for the Rockies this offseason. Formerly pitched with the Kansas City Royals last year. Sorry, Cubs last year, didn't pitch for the Royals, hasn't pitched for the Royals since 2014, also with the Nationals in a brief stint in 2018. But he really has shown out at AAA with the Isotopes in Albuquerque at an ERA under 2 through his first 9 2/3 innings pitched. 3-1 the count on David Dahl, so he's going to get an opportunity with Oberg on the injured list, and it looks like it's going to be a fairly lengthy stay for Oberg. There's a strike, and the count goes full on Blackmon. Oberg, the expectation is he will be back before the All-Star break, but there can be no guarantees. There's a fly ball to deep left field off the bat of Blackmon. That ball's going to be off the wall. McCutchen fires it back in on his way to second, and in there is Blackmon with a 1-out double here in the first. Blackmon really has turned it on ever since getting moved to the 2 spot in the order. And that'll bring up David Dahl now. And for the time being, you can see David Dahl is on a bit of a struggle right now. 3 for his last 21 at the plate, 228 overall. He had gotten things really going again, but now scuffling once more. He will bat with the runner in scoring position, Charlie Blackmon, with 1 out here in the first. And the first pitch from Arrieta here is taken for a strike. Dahl did have a run batted in yesterday's ball game, 1 for 4. Arrieta's 0-1 pitch is going to miss down and in.
1-0.
And that's just a bit outside. Hitter's count now on David Dahl. So with Scott Oberg going on the injured list, the temporary closer situation is once again in a state of uncertainty. Wade Davis came in after Oberg And Bud Black gave him a 3-batter opportunity to get the final out of the ball game, and he could not. So that was kind of his audition to return to the closer role, and suffice to say Davis did not pass that. Tyler Kinley came in and got the final out, so the expectation is that Kinley is going to get most of the save opportunities from here on out. Ground ball to second base off the bat of Dahl. That's out number 2. Advancing to third is Blackman. Scott Kingery playing second base today, was playing third yesterday. And Wade Davis will continue to try to get some setup opportunities, and also moving into a setup role will be Carlos Estevez, according to simulated Bud Black. Estevez has pitched well as of late, and Jairo Diaz has struggled, so not a setup role for Diaz just yet. Runner on third now is Blackman. First pitch to Nolan Arenado is taken outside. Arenado hitting .342 on the year, had a couple hits in yesterday's ball game, 3 hits and 14 at bats in his career against Jake Arrieta, and 4 runs batted in as well. Rockies did break their 5-game losing streak and won yesterday's ball game, this first game on the road. Now 11-6 on the road are the Rockies. They're 4-9 at home. Always say you want to win at home and play 500 ball on the road. Well, they're winning on the road and under 500 at home. And at the 500 mark overall right now. Pitch misses low and away. Hitters count now on Nolan Arenado. Jake Arrieta. Very good career with the Cubs. Pitch misses low. 3 balls into strike. Pitched a no-hitter, actually 2 no-hitters for the Cubs, 1 in 2015, 1 in 2016, as Arenado lines one right into the glove of Bryce Harper, and that'll retire the side. Rockies get a double from Blackman, but no more. Segura, McCutchen, Harper due up in the Phillies half of the first. Chichi Gonzalez making his 6th start of the year. Had a bit of a rough outing his last time out, and that was the first time we really said that about Chichi Gonzalez this year. It ballooned his ERA up to 4.50, so he's 1-2 now on the year. 26 innings pitched, 18 strikeouts against 8 walks, 25 hits, and a 127 whip. Chichi Gonzalez will be looking to have a better outing today, and we're going to have Daniel Murphy take over at first base. And that was quick, interesting. Chris Owings had been scheduled to bat in this ball game and play first base, but we'll see what's going on with Chris Owings, as quickly Daniel Murphy is going to be tasked with playing first instead. It was scheduled to be an off day for Daniel Murphy, but apparently not. 0-1 pitch coming to Gene Segura is swung on and missed, so Chichi Gonzalez quickly has him down 0-2. And the 0-2 delivery is swung on and popped up foul behind the plate. Wolters going out, and he will make the catch for out number 1. Let's look at the starting lineup for the Phillies. A bit of a difference today. And Andrew McCutchen's in left field, Bryce Harper in right, Rhys Hoskins at first. Didi Gregorius is over at third base today. JT Realmuto catching, Nick Williams in center, and Scott Kingery at second. So the only change is Scott Kingery and Didi Gregorius will switch positions. Kingery playing second, Gregorius at third today. First pitch to Andrew McCutchen, misses down and in. 314 on the year, 2 home runs, 13 driven innings on a 4-game hitting streak. Couple hits in yesterday's ball game, 882 OPS on the year for the former National League Most Valuable Player. Won that with the Pittsburgh Pirates. 1-0 pitch is swung on and lined into left field, a base hit. And a 1-out single for Andrew McCutchen here in the bottom of the first. And that'll bring up Bryce Harper. 7 home runs on the year. That ranks first on the Phillies' .254 average. 22 runs batted in, a .364 on base percentage. He came up in a big situation last night, and he was the final out of the ball game. Tyler Kinley got him out with the bases loaded, 2 outs. Rockies went on to win that ball game 6-4. At one point it was 5-0 Rockies. Bryce Harper grounded out. Tyler Kinley induced that out for the final out of the ball game in a really stressful ninth inning. First pitch here is going to miss high. Harper is second in the National League in terms of strikeouts right now. He struck out 40 times. He's going to do that. He will also walk quite a bit, though, and will hit for power, of course. 1-0 delivery is swung on and popped foul down the left field line and out of play. Rainy night last night in Philly. It's a much brighter Saturday. And there's a swing and a line drive towards center field. Dahl is going over. He'll get there to make the catch. And McCutchen will have to return to first base. That's out number 2. Hit hard on the line by Harper, but it just died out there in center field. We mentioned no wind to speak of today. And Rhys Hoskins will be the batter. 3 home runs, 12 driven in. Those home runs, 3 of them rank 5th on the Phillies. .240 average for Hoskins, who's looking to have a bounce-back campaign. Not really happening for him yet. And first pitch misses outside, ball 1. Hoskins is on a good stretch, though. 7 for his last 15 at the plate. That's a .467 average over his last 4 games. So third base coach Dustin Wathan laying down the signs. He was named the third base coach going into the 2018 season when Gabe Kapler took over as Phillies manager. Now Kapler out of a job. Well, he still has a job, just not with the Phillies. He's a Giants manager now. Joe Girardi back in a manager's role with these Phillies. Former Rockies catcher. I always appreciated the broadcasts on Fox Sports when the Rockies are playing, and Joe Girardi was the color commentator. You'd always be very fair to them. There's a line drive and a diving catch by Ian Desmond. Let's take a look at that play again. Desmond keeps us scoreless. We're through an inning of play. Rockies will come to bat in the second. Ryan McMahon has enjoyed the home cooking. .364 with 7 homers at home. He's still been hitting for power on the road, though. 4 homers, just a .200 batting average, though. And a lot of that, I think, was due to just a really rough start to the year. First pitch here is swung on and pulled foul. And there were a couple of series on the road to start the year. 7 games, in fact, and that's when McMahon was really scuffling. 0-1 pitch from Arrieta here is going to miss low. 1 ball, 1 strike. That was a changeup. .269 overall now for McMahon. He had a good day again yesterday. Homered once more after a really good homestand in which he hit 4 home runs in 6 games. So hitter's count now is that 12-6 curveball misses. Call it a 12-6 curveball because that's, when you look at an analog clock, that's how that curveball moves, straight up to straight down. 2-1 delivery coming to McMahon is swung on and missed for strike 2. Jake Arrieta trying to have a good outing today. They've been hard to come by for him in a Phillies uniform, especially this year. It pitch misses, and Ian Desmond is waiting on deck as it's a full count on Ryan McMahon. To his motion windup in the 3-2 from Arrieta is swung on and popped towards left field. Coming in is McCutchen. He will get there to make the catch for out number 1. Let's look at the rest of the defense now for the Phillies. Left to right in the outfield, Andrew McCutchen, Nick Williams, and Bryce Harper infield corners. Didi Gregorius playing third today. Rhys Hoskins still at first. Up the middle of your double play combination. Gene Segura will get to play with Scott Kingery at second today. And JT Realmuto and Jake Arrieta are your battery. 4th in the National League in terms of fielding percentage for the Phillies. We mentioned they had an extraordinary improvement in terms of fielding percentage last year. There's a line drive on a hop. The shortstop Segura, he throws to first for out number 2. Absolutely horrid year on defense, I should say, for the Phillies in 2018. Over -100 defensive runs saved. Really improved last year. They were at positive 50. Daniel Murphy will bat now, batting 7th in the order, as it was supposed to be Chris Owings playing first base today, but evidently not. Chris misses low. .271 on the year for Daniel Murphy. Thought he was getting a day off, but evidently not. We'll see if we can find out information on Chris Owings. Did not even get to bat once today. Didn't even get to play an inning at first base, or Daniel Murphy has to take over. 2-0 pitch is swung on and fouled out of play. So a bit of a different spot in the order for Murphy. Usually bats fifth. There's a ground ball foul the other way. Tony Wolters is waiting on deck. Elias Diaz got the start. Kyle Freeland's personal catcher yesterday. Wolters back in there today. 2-2 pitch coming. And that swung on and missed. He got him on strikes. And that will retire the side. We go to the bottom of the second. Scoreless, Gregorius, Realmuto, and Williams due up for the Phils. Didi Gregorius leads off the bottom of the second inning. 4 home runs. That ranks fourth on the Phillies. 17 driven in, a .229 average. Had a really rough year with the Yankees last year. A lot of time missed due to injury. And a bit of a rough start with the Phillies for his first year with them as well. First pitch from Chichi Gonzalez here is going to miss a little bit low. Good 12-pitch first inning for Chichi Gonzalez. Gregorius sitting on 114 career home runs across parts of 8 seasons. So the Yankees, also the Diamondbacks before that. 1-0 pitch is going to miss low. 2-0. Sir Didi from the Netherlands was knighted. One of the more entertaining players in the game. Really fun social media follow as well if you want to follow Didi Gregorius on Twitter. He's always smiling. He always has something to smile about. Pitch low and away, 3 balls and a strike. JT Realmuto waiting on deck. Second-year catcher for the Phillies. Chichi Gonzalez into his motion windup in the 3-1 is swung on and chopped foul at the plate. We'll do it again. It's a full count now. .3-2 from Chichi Gonzalez is lined right to the shortstop Trevor Story. They had a shift on. Let's take a look at that defense now for the Rockies. Left to right in the outfield, we have Ian Desmond, David Dahl, Charlie Blackmon. Infield corners, Nolan Arenado. Daniel Murphy is evidently going to play first base today. Trevor Story, Ryan McMahon up the middle, your double play combination. Tony Wolters back in there catching for Chichi Gonzalez. Still last place in the National League in terms of fielding percentage are the Rockies. Slowly working those numbers up, however. JT Realmuto hitting .277 on the season. First pitch from Chichi Gonzalez here is swung on and skied in the air towards left field. Indeed, Desmond going back on this one. He's at the track. He's looking up, and that ball's gone. It's a home run for JT Realmuto, his 6th home run of the season here at Citizens Bank Park. And 1-0 Phillies is your score early on in this one. Estimated distance 365 feet, 96.7 mile per hour exit velocity for Realmuto. And that'll give the Phillies a lead in this series for the first time as we take a look at this blast by Realmuto once more. Again, no wind to speak of today, so Realmuto did that one all by himself. Nick Williams will be the batter. 1-0 Phillies now. .255 on the year for Williams. Takes first pitch strike. We mentioned yesterday Phillies are searching for what to do in center field now with Odubel Herrera having all sorts of problems on and off the field. Nick Williams right now is tasked with playing center field, swinging to miss 0-2. Williams was acquired from the Texas Rangers back in the 2015 season. Here's an 0-2 pitch, and that swung on and popped foul and out of play. Gonzalez into his motion windup, and the 0-2 pitch is swung on and fouled away once more. 93 mile an hour fastball from Chichi that time. Here comes an 0-2, and it's swung on and skied towards left field. Going over is Desmond. He'll get there to make the catch on this one. That's out number 2 here in the second. And Scott Kingery will get his first plate appearance of the ball game. .238 on the year. Played third yesterday. He and Didi Gregorius switching spots today. Kingery, 238 average on the year. A home run, 6 runs batted in, 660 OPS. Very versatile. Looking for him to get things going with the bat, though. This pitch misses low. Came into the big leagues with some fanfare, did Kingery, but he hasn't really shown consistent offensive ability yet. This pitch is going to miss just a little bit outside, 2-0. And Kingery also has not cemented himself as a premier defender at any of those one positions that he plays so versatilely. There's a swing and a ground ball hit towards second base. McMahon up with the ball, throws to first, and that will retire the side. Through 2 innings of play, it's 1-0 Phillies thanks to a JT Realmuto home run. Tony Wolters will lead things off here in the third. 1-0 Phillies. 196 average on the year now for Wolters. That batting average dipping below the Mendoza line, as Wolters is really scuffling right now. First pitch from Arrieta here is taken outside, and 0 for 4 with a strikeout in yesterday's ball game. Not yesterday, but the game on Wednesday did it for Wolters. Ground ball hit to third, rather a line drive, and right there to make the pick is Didi Gregorius. Let's take a look at how things shape up in the NL East right now. We mentioned Phillies in last place. Miami is a half game ahead of them for fourth. Braves right now have a 1.5 game lead on the 500 Nationals. Braves are the only team above 500 in there right now. Mets are sandwiched in the middle. Chichi Gonzalez will get his first plate appearance of the day, looking for his first hit on the year. First pitch from Arrieta to his opposing counterpart is taken inside, ball 1. Chichi Gonzalez, former Texas Ranger, just like Nick Williams. With these Rockies is Chichi Gonzalez, swings and fouls one out of play. Souvenir over towards the right side. Struggle to start the year for Jake Arrieta. ERA up over 650, has not had trouble today. Flare towards right field, Harper on the run, he'll make the catch. And that is out number 2. And that'll turn the lineup over. Leadoff man Trevor Story will come up now, grounded out his first time up. He's 0 for 1. Got his on-base percentage up to 333 now, 772 OPS as his numbers continue to climb to Trevor Story's. Seems like he has enjoyed hitting out of the leadoff spot. Now the only task will be to get David Dahl going. Really, everybody else has started to hit very well. First pitch to Story is swung on and skied in the air towards center. Williams on the run. He'll go back a little bit now, but he'll get there to make the catch, and that'll retire the side. That was a quick inning for Jake Arrieta. We go to the bottom of the third. He's going to lead off, and that's the 1-2 hitters for the Phillies. They're up 1-0. Here is Jake Arrieta. He is one of the better hitting pitchers in the National League. He can really hit some tanks. He did that in a Cubs uniform, hit some really far home runs. Looking for his first hit of this season, though. Chichi Gonzalez delivers first pitch strike. Arrieta was picked in the 5th round of the 2007 draft, started his career with the Orioles, never really pitched all that well for them, then turned things on in a Cubs uniform. Pitch misses outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Arrieta was an all-star in the 2016 campaign, also won the World Series with the Cubs that year. There's a swing and a fly ball towards left field. Desmond camping under it. He'll make the catch for out number 1. And the lineup will turn over for the Phillies. It's going to be Gene Segura.
The batter, number 2, Gene Segura.
Segura popped out his first time up. He's 0 for 1. 272 with a 345 on base percentage on the year. The shortstop who wears number 2. First pitch from Chichi Gonzalez is taken for a strike with a 91-mile-an-hour two-seam fastball. 5 runs batted in over the last 5 games in which Gene Segura has played. The 0-1 delivery is going to miss low and away. One pitch from Gonzalez is swung on and lined into right field, a base hit. One out single for Gene Segura here in the 3rd. That'll put a runner on for Andrew McCutchen now. McCutcheon got a base hit his first time up, hitting .320 on the year. Used to play quite a bit of center field, no more these days, as the Fanatic. Get our first look at him in this ball game, and he tries to get the Phillies crowd excited, and he does a good job of it. You can see all the fans standing up as soon as the Fanatic walks by. He has that effect on people. Or she. First pitch here is swung on and fly towards right. That's going to be a souvenir into the seats. 12 doubles for McCutcheon on the year. That's tied for first place in the National League. Rockies have hit quite a few doubles. David Dahl, Charlie Blackmon have been hitting quite a few. 0-1 pitch is swung on and chopped towards third. Arenado's only play will be at first as the runner was in motion. Segura will move up to second base. There are 2 outs now.
The right fielder, number 3,
And Bryce Harper will be the batter lined out to the center fielder David Dahl. His first time up, so he's 0 for 1. That was back in the first inning, that line out. Harper appears to be with the Phillies for quite a while. There were no opt-outs in his contract. Of course, the Phillies could elect to trade him. It's a 13-year, $330 million contract he signed prior to the 2019 season. At the time, it was the richest contract in North American sports history. Then Mike Trout shortly eclipsed that with his extension with the Angels. Trout on a 12-year, $426 million contract. Harper takes the pitch high, 1 ball and 1 strike. One is swung on and ripped in the air towards shallow right field. It's going to be, in fact, the second Mason McMahon going out to make the catch. And the side is retired. After 3 innings of play, it's still 1-0 Phillies. Blackmon, Dahl, Arenado due up in the 4th.
leading off for Colorado.
Charlie Blackmon leads things off here in the 4th inning. 1-0 Phillies. First pitch from Arrieta is taken in the dirt. Blackmon 2 hits and 13 at-bats in his career against Arrieta. The 1-0 is swung on and grounded towards first base. Hoskins will take it himself for out number 1.
Now batting, the center fielder, David Dahl.
Here's how the Phillies minor leaguers are doing if you're interested for some reason. The Iron Pigs, now 10-13 on the year. The Fightin' Phils, 8-14, as they have been struggling, though Jose Pujols has been doing very well for the Fightin' Phils. David Dahl, the batter now. First pitch is taken for a strike on the outside corner. David Dahl, nice article about him at MLB.com a couple days ago from Thomas Harding. As David Dahl was an all-star last year for the first time, and he had some help along the way, and swing and a miss for strike 2, 0-2. 11 doubles on the year for Dahl, that ranks second on the Rockies. Some of the inspiration for him and who helped him on his path were his parents, Mike and Kelly. There's a swing and a chopper hit towards short. Gloving it and making the play is Segura, and he just does have time to get Dahl. Pitch speed comparison from tops today. 95 miles per hour has been the top velocity from Chichi Gonzalez, 94 from Arrieta. I want to talk more about Dahl. Had a quick plate appearance, but I want to talk more about this article from Thomas Harding. So Dahl last year, well, first of all, let's talk about his preview from 2016. Hit .315 with 7 home runs and 24 RBI. That's a pretty good 63-game debut, and he's at .297 overall in his 240 career games. So he's certainly an all-star capable player when he's healthy. You know, injuries have interrupted his career. He's 26 years old now. He talked about his parents, Mike and Kelly. They first off taught him how to be a good person, how to treat people with respect, he said. His dad coached him growing up. They pushed him to be the best he could be and showed him what it's like to work hard for what you want. He definitely wouldn't be a professional baseball player without them, he said. Also, his wife, Jacqueline. He's a sports marketing agent. Started dating around Halloween of 2015. And at the time, Dahl was just finishing up a bad season at AA because of injury. That was actually when, you recall, the spleen injury. He had an on-field collision with a teammate and ruptured his spleen. And also his performance was less than what he desired as well. Then his first year with her in the picture was 2016 when he was at AA, then AAA, then went to the big leagues and had a great season. So Dahl says Jacqueline was his good luck charm. That's cute. She came into his life at the perfect time, and Dahl said God has a great way of doing that. And she helped him to grow and mature and how to take his career more seriously and really invest in himself to be the best he could be. Also showed him what it's like to work hard. Seeing how hard she works makes him want to work just as hard, he said. She's the most important thing in his life, and he says he wouldn't be where he is today without her. There's also his hitting coach, Trent Otis, who is an individual hitting instructor and team consultant at Zona Baseball in Scottsdale, Arizona. Arenado grounds one foul. That hitting coach came into Dahl's life in the summer of 2018 when he was rehabbing a broken foot. Missed 54 games with a right foot fracture. And a couple seasons ago, but then he returned and hit 12 homers in 45 games, including the 9 in the final 24, if you remember that. They took a lot of video together, and that helped Dahl to understand hitting and mechanics. And Dahl said without him, he's not sure if he would have made the All-Star game last season. We go to the bottom of the fourth, 1-0 Phillies. Rhys Hoskins leads off the bottom of the fourth inning against Chichi Gonzalez. 1-0 Phillies. Hoskins 0 for 1 today, lined out back in the first inning. Back on Thursday, Rockies made some news about what's going to happen with season tickets. Becca Gillen, who's our fellow Purple Row writer, shared with us an email she received from the club about how they are beginning to refund single-game purchases for the originally scheduled games from April and May. Does not look like those are going to be played at Coors Field, and very unlikely that any games will be played at Coors Field at all in 2020. Refunds are going to be completed in the next 10 to 14 business days. Again, that is as of April the 30th. There's strike three called, and Hoskins goes down by way of the K. First strikeout of the game for Chichi Gonzalez. So they're going to be refunded on the credit or debit card that was used for the original purchase. And yeah, that's how things are going there. Meanwhile, Shannon Hurd shared with us a different email for season ticket holders. They are going to be getting a 10% bonus credit that will be added to any credits remaining on their account once the 2020 schedule is finalized. The bonus credit can be used towards additional tickets for any 2020 regular season home game or carried forward to the 2021 season, as there's a high fly ball to deep right field off the bat of Didi Gregorius and gone. Fifth home run of the year for Gregorius interrupts our talking about season tickets, and it makes it 2-0 Phillies. Estimated distance of 407 feet on that one, 100.5.2 mile per hour exit velocity. Talk about smoked. 2-0 Phillies now. Let's take a look at that one more time. Absolute laser beam out of here towards the second deck off the bat of Didi Gregorius. And JT Realmuto homered his first time up. He will be the batter now. First pitch from Chichi Gonzalez is swung on and popped foul. Murphy going into foul territory. He will make the catch. That's out number 2. And that'll leave it up to Nick Williams now. See how that works for the Rockies in terms of that bonus credit for the season ticket holders. It's, for example, a $1,000 credit for games not played will turn into an $1,100 credit. And they will confirm the total credit via email once the 2020 schedule is finalized. Fly ball to shallow center. Dahl makes the catch, and that will retire the side. Didi Gregorius, though, hits a home run to make it 2-0 Phillies. Let's go to the fifth. Rockies will be trying to answer right back. Just to finish that thought on the season tickets, if you have any questions, you can email seasontickets@rockies.com, and someone will respond. Representatives are manning the email lines from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Mountain Time, Monday through Friday. There is no word necessarily on if there's going to be any sort of refund for those season ticket holders. That's something we'll have to look into. Ryan McMahon grounds one towards short. Segura up with the ball, throws to first. That's out number 1 here in the 5th.
Now batting, left fielder, Ian Desmond.
Ian Desmond will be the batter, grounded out his first time up. He's 0 for 1. 284 on base percentage on the year for Desmond.
Ball 1, no strike.
One 0 delivery coming from Arrieta is taken low, 2-0. And outside, 3 balls, no strikes now. Daniel Murphy is waiting on deck. There were some rumors going around earlier this week about Major League Baseball straight up canceling the minor league baseball season, as there's a 4-pitch walk to Ian Desmond. Minor League Baseball itself, along with a report from Jeff Passan of ESPN, denied those rumors were true. And the Independent Atlantic League is also saying, according to CBS Sports, they're intending to play the 2020 season. They're an independent league team, and they say they're going to plan on playing a competitive 2020 schedule. Friday, just yesterday, was scheduled to be the league's opening day. Pitch low to Daniel Murphy, 1-0.
Count 1-0.
And swing and a miss, 1 ball and 1 strike. Throw to first to drive back Desmond. No decision has been made about the minor league baseball season, though, at this juncture. The swinging a ground ball shot foul off the bat of Murphy. But the minor leagues and the independent leagues really rely on fans to generate their revenue. They don't have those big TV deals like the major league teams do, where they can survive without having fans in attendance. The Atlantic League has partnered with Major League Baseball in a number of endeavors. Ground ball towards second base. Taking it himself is Kingery, then throws to first. That's a nice double play. Kingery turns all by himself. The Fanatic is overjoyed. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Rockies still only have 1 hit on the day. It's 2-0 Phillies. Scott Kingery made a nice double play, turned by himself to end that top of the 5th. He leads things off in the bottom half of the inning. He's 0 for 1 on the day. First pitch swinging a foul out of play. So some more thoughts about the minor leagues and Atlantic League playing this year. Again, Major League Baseball has partnered with the Atlantic League, testing grounds for rule changes. They tried out the 3-batter minimum rule last year, as well as allowing runners to steal first base on pitches to the backstop. That was a really interesting rule. I don't know how I feel about that one. Also an automated strike zone. There's a line drive base hit into center field. Leadoff single here in the 5th for Scott Kingery as Chichi Gonzalez out for his 5th inning of work, and his next pitch will be his 50th of the day.
Now batting, the pitcher, Jake Arrieta.
And the pitcher, Jake Arrieta, will be the batter. So 3-batter minimum rule was applied here in the major leagues. That stealing first base thing is really interesting. Jake Arrieta lays down a bunt. Murphy will flip to the pitcher, Gonzalez covering, and that's out number 1. Advancing to second base on the sacrifice is Scott Kingery. That's how it's scored. A sacrifice 3-1. Gene Segura, 1 for 2, base hit back in the 3rd inning. 3 for 7 in the series now. A couple hits yesterday. Automated strike zone is another interesting consideration because there's actually been some not pleasant times between Major League Baseball and the Umpires Association. The Athletic had a report about this on Thursday as well. His pitch to Segura is going to miss low. And there's been some discussions, Major League Baseball considering cutting salary additionally to Major League players. The union not happy about that. They said that Tony Clark, the head of the union, said the negotiations are final there. They've already talked about cuts. Line drive towards the gap in left center field. That ball's going to get down. Cut off by Dahl, who trips and stumbles. Scoring on this play will be Kingery. It's an RBI double for Gene Segura, and now it's 3-0 Phillies here in the fifth. 7th double of the year for Gene Segura. So the Atlantic League has 6 teams. They're located mostly in the Northeast, closest to the Atlantic Ocean. How convenient. And they have some notable former big leaguers as well. Alexi Amarista, former Rocky, former Padre as well, former Tiger. I'm sure there's more former teams, I just don't remember off the top of my head. He's there right now. Paulo Orlando, former Royal. Felipe Paulino, they're all in the Atlantic League as well. Pitch misses low to Andrew McCutchen. 5th inning, so we'll take some look at some scores around baseball. Right now it's 4-0 A's leading the Tampa Bay Rays. Steven Piscotty has hit his 6th home run of the year for Oakland. Check swing, pitch low. Giants and Cleveland will get set to play shortly here. Drew Smiley making his start as Tim Collins we're seeing warming up for the first time in a Rockies uniform in the bullpen. Tigers and Royals are one of the night games. Later on tonight, Twins and Angels will play in Anaheim. Kenta Maeda making the start for the Twins against Andrew Heaney of the Angels. Anthony Rendon of the Angels right now leads the American League in runs scored, first year with LA. Line drive towards right center field. That ball's going to get down and go to the wall. Segura will score. And that's an RBI double for Andrew McCutchen, his 13th double of the year, still leads the league. Now it's 4-0 Phillies. As Chichi Gonzalez starting to give up some hard contact. Bud Black will be out to make a pitching change. That'll be the end of the day for Chichi Gonzalez. We'll see. Jairo Diaz is warming up. So is Tim Collins. It's going to be Jeff Hoffman, though. Long reliever will come in for the Rockies. 5.40 ERA, 25 innings pitched, 19 strikeouts against 9 walks, 3.21 average against lefties, and 2.44 against righties. This is the 12th game of the year for Hoffman. He has gotten a 2-0 record, and he will try to get Bryce Harper out for the second out of this inning. 0 for 2 on the day for Harper. Pop out and line out. Rockies have handled him fairly well in this series. 1 for 7. Also made the last out. In a really stressful bases-loaded situation in the bottom of the ninth. Tyler Kinley got him to ground out to first base in last night's ball game. Chichi comes set, looks towards... Hoffman comes set, looks towards second base, delivers a swing and a miss. Harper only hitting 196 on the year with runners in the scoring position. A bit of a rough start in that category for him. Hoping the month of May will yield better results in those situations for him. Hoffman takes a look at second base, gets ready to deliver an 0-1 to Harper, and it's taken for a strike. Quickly 0-2 on Bryce Harper, former National, made his major league debut at the age of 19. Only 27 years old. Now with the Phillies, going to be here over a decade more. Swinging a ground ball foul at the plate will do it again. Decade more unless the Phillies decide to make a trade, because there are no opt-outs in this deal. Harper wanted to be here, it appears. There's a strike 3 called, and Harper goes down on strikes. That's out number 2. Hoffman picks up a strikeout on the first batter he faces, Bryce Harper. And Rhys Hoskins will be the batter. 4-0 Phillies. A couple more runs crossing the board for them here in the 5th after JT Realmuto and Didi Gregorius homered earlier in this one. First pitch misses low to Hoskins. 0 for 2, strikeout and a line out. Rough start to the year for Hoskins, who's looking for a bounce-back campaign. Has not happened yet. The 1-0 is check swing. He went too far. 1-1. Hoskins has been walking a fair amount, though. He's 20th, 20 walks on the year. That's tied for 4th in the National League right now. And a 1-1 pitch is going to miss outside. It's now a hitter's count on the first baseman, Rhys Hoskins. Rockies got a good start from Kyle Freeland yesterday. First time they really got an extended outing from a starter in a while. There's a swing and a miss for strike 2. And the 2-2 pitch. Low, and the count goes full. Didi Gregorius homered his last time up. He's waiting on deck. And the 3-2 delivery from Hoffman to Hoskins. Swing and a miss. He got him on strikes. And that will retire the side. Hoffman strikes out a couple batters coming into this one. We're through 5. It'll be the 8-9-1 hitters due up for the Rockies. 4-0 Phillies.
Leading off for the Rockies.
Tony Wolters leads things off here in the 6th. Lined out his first time up. He's 0 for 1. 6 runs batted in on the year with that 193 batting average for light-hitting catcher Wolters. Though he worked a lot this offseason on improving some of what he's doing at the plate instead of behind the plate, where he's already quite excellent. First pitch from Arrieta is swung on and chopped foul. So Diaz getting the start yesterday for Kyle Freeland. Wolters in there today. 0-1 pitch is going to miss outside. Wind up in the 1-1 is outside. Hitters count now on Tony Wolters. Pitcher spot Jeff Hoffman waiting on deck. And swung on and pulled foul. Remember, Wolters got off to a really hot start to the year, then had to go on the injured list with a right lat strain. And ever since his return, he has struggled with the bat. This 2-2 is swung on and lined towards the right field corner. It's foul and out of play, though. Arrieta had a really rough start to his year. He's certainly done well against the Rockies today, only allowing 1 hit. Ground ball hit towards second base. Kingery up with the ball. Throws to first. That is out number 1 here in the 6th.
Now back, the pitcher, Jeff Hoffman.
And we will have a pinch hitter. Jeff Hoffman just gets those final 2 outs of the 5th. Raimel Tapia going to pinch hit. Rough start to the year for him, only hitting 121. A lot of pinch hit action for Tapia. First pitch misses inside, ball 1 with a sinking fastball. 3 RBI on the year, a 332 OPS for Tapia. It's really rough start to the year for Raimel Tapia. Has not been getting consistent playing time, though. 1-0 pitch. That is a strike. And the next pitch will be the 69th of the day for Jake Arrieta. Here's a 1-1. Check swing, and Tapia went too far. It's strike 2 now. One-two from Arrieta is taken in the dirt. Curveball does not get Tapia to chase. Here's a 2-2 now. And that swung on and grounded weakly towards second base. Kingery throws to first. That is out number 2. Kingery handling the first 2 outs of this inning. And that'll leave it up to Trevor Story. 0 for 2 in this one after 3 hits and a home run shy of the cycle in yesterday's ballgame. Fly out and a ground out on Story's day. First pitch from Arrieta is taken low and away, ball 1. Story 2 hits and 10 at-bats in his career against Arrieta. The 1-0 is swung on and lifted in the air towards deep left field, way back, and that ball is gone. Rockies on the board. Trevor Story, it's his 4th home run of the year. Makes it 4-1 Phillies. Story, that one thing he couldn't do yesterday was hit a home run. He does it here. So he's hit for the cycle in the series. We'll give him that. 384 feet estimated distance, 96.7 mile per hour exit velocity for the Rockies shortstop. And with 2 outs here in the 6th. Little doubt about that one. And the Rockies are on the board thanks to Trevor Story. Charlie Blackmon, the batter now. He's on a tear at the plate. 1 for 2 today. First pitch misses low and inside. Double back in the first inning. 3 for 6 in the series now for Blackmon. Homered yesterday after homering 3 times in the final game of the homestand against the White Sox. Arrieta into his motion windup, and the 1-0 is taken for a strike. 1,277 career hits is what Blackmon is sitting on. He's had quite a few of those over the past few days. Swinging a foul out of play. 1-2 on Blackmon. One-two from Arrieta is strike 3 called at the knees. Blackmon not so sure. That is the final out of this inning. Trevor Story, though, puts the Rockies on the board. It's a 4-1 ball game going to the bottom of the 6th.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Tim Collins going to make his first appearance in a Rockies uniform. The lefty had really good numbers at AAA to Albuquerque to start the year. In 10th game, 9 games last year. Had pretty good numbers for the Cubs, did Collins. He's going to face Didi Gregorius. 1 for 2, homered his last time up in the 4th inning. Got a .441 slugging percentage and a .303 on base percentage, does the Phillies shortstop in his first year with the Phillies. So we'll get to see Tim Collins for the first time in a Rockies uniform in his first game up. First pitch is just a bit inside, ball 1. 5 home runs now for Gregorius, ranks 3rd on these Phillies. And the 1-0 is going to miss high, 2-0. That's on the outside corner for a called strike. 93 mile an hour, 2-seam fastball from Collins. Collins, 30 years old. He'll be 31 in August. Swinging a foul out of play. Count evens at 2. Career .360 ERA with 245 strikeouts. Swing and a miss. He got him on strikes. Good start to the Rockies' career of Tim Collins. Gets Didi Gregorius to swing and miss at a nice looking pitch for out number 1. JT Realmuto will be the batter, so Collins will have to face the 2 Phillies that have homered in this game. First pitch to Realmuto is just a bit inside, ball 1. Collins is only 5'7", so because of that, he was overlooked by scouts early in his career. Swing and a miss, 1 ball, 1 strike. 32 hits on the year for Realmuto, ranks 3rd on the Phillies. So he started his career with the Blue Jays after their then GM J.P. Riccardi saw him pitching in an American Legion baseball game. It's Jairo Diaz and James Pazos warming up in the Rockies bullpen. Two-one pitch is swung on and lifted foul and out of play. Mid-90s fastball for Collins. Doesn't matter how short he is. He can still top out in the upper 90s even. There's a swing and a miss, and he got him on strikes. That's out number 2. Good slider. Collins strikes out the first 2 batters he faces as a Rocky. Curveball in the mid to upper 70s for Collins. He's got a changeup in the low to mid 80s. Usually throws that curveball when he's ahead in the count, and a lot of the times with 2 strikes. Saw a slider he added to his repertoire he was throwing there. There's a first pitch strike in the outside corner to Nick Williams, 0 for 2 flyout and a lineout. Likes to use his changeup early in the count, mostly throws that to righties. There's a strike in the knees quickly. 0-2 on Nick Williams. How about Tim Collins pouring in strikes here? One pitch away from striking out the side. And that one's outside, ball one. 95-mile-an-hour fastball from the 5'7" Collins. He's had a good strikeout rate throughout his career. Hasn't really gotten a whole lot of opportunities to pitch for Major League Ball clubs. Here comes a 1-2 now, and that's going to miss outside. Collins wears number 63 with the Rockies. 2-2 pitch coming to Williams is just a bit outside. Full count now, and Scott Kingery is waiting on deck. Collins striking out the first two batters he faces, Didi Gregorius and JT Realmuto. Now a 3-2 coming to Williams is swung on and grounded softly towards second base. McMahon up with the ball, throws to first and got him. That's a nice first appearance as a Rocky for Tim Collins. We're through 6, 4-1 Phillies. David Dahl leads off here in the top of the 7th inning, 4-1 Phillies. First pitch misses outside, ball one. Action in the Phillies bullpen, double barrel action. Hector Neris, the righty, and Jose Alvarez, the lefty, are warming up. Jake Arrieta out for his 7th inning of work. Pitch count is in pretty good shape, 78 pitches now. 1-0 to Dahl. Is taken low. Dahl 0 for 2 on the day. Rockies will be hoping for some unraveling from Jake Arrieta. He's looked good today. Maybe that Story home run will get things started. Came back in the top of the 6th. 2-1 is now the count on David Dahl as Arrieta has reached 80 pitches. And the 2-1 delivery is taken for a strike with a sinking fastball. Two-two delivery is going to miss down and in, full count. Now Nolan Arenado waiting on deck. Here's a 3-2, and it's swung on and pulled foul and out of play. Three-two from Arrieta is swung on and grounded towards second base. Nice pick and a 360 spin by Kingery. He has looked good at second base today. That's out number 1 here in the 7th. And that will bring up Nolan Arenado. 336, 412 on base, 638 slugging, 0 for 2 today. Strikeout in the flyout. Arrieta has made good, quick work of most Rockies hitters today. First pitch is taken in the dirt. 3 hits and 16 at-bats for Arenado in his career against Arrieta. Arrieta facing the Rockies was just what he needed to get things started on the year. Came in with an ERA over the 650 mark. Arenado swings and pulls one foul. The 1-1 is going to miss low. Hitters count now on Nolan Arenado. His motion windup, and the 2-1 pitch is swung on and chopped weakly back towards the mound. Arrieta picks it up, throws to first, and that is out number 2.
Now that's second baseman, Ryan McMahon.
And Ryan McMahon will be the batter. He's also 0 for 2 on the day. There's a couple hits on the day for the Rockies. David Robertson, righty, now warming up in the bullpen alongside Jose Alvarez for the Phillies. First pitch from Arrieta to McMahon here in the 7th is taken just a bit outside, ball 1. The 1-0 is swung on and grounded, picked by the shortstop. Segura throws to first and got him. Another nice quick inning for Jake Arrieta. We might see him in the 8th. Kingery, Arrieta, and Segura are due up, but it's time for the 7th inning stretch. Let's listen to the tones of Corey Shembry.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever get back, 'cause it's root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever get back, 'cause it's root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game.
Your attention, please.
Jairo Diaz, new pitcher for the Rockies. He could use a good outing. He's really struggled as of late, and it was a good start to his year. 12 innings, 13 strikeouts, 9 walks. The walks have haunted him. 6 is his ERA. After it was below 3 for the first several starts of the year, it's really just been the last few handful of outings that have been really rough for Diaz, and he'll try to get through the 8-9-1 hitters in a game in which his team is trailing 4-1. First pitch to Scott Kingery is taken for a strike with a slider. Velocity, not an issue for Jairo Diaz. Still pumps it in upper 90s to near 100 miles per hour. But as we know, these days that's not enough to get it by hitters. To have good movement, good control, and good secondary pitches. There's a line drive towards right field. Diving is Blackman, and he made the catch for out number 1. Nice play by Blackman. We've seen a couple nice diving catches by Rockies outfielders today. Ian Desmond had one earlier. Charlie Blackman adds one as we look in show motion. Jake Arrieta's day is done. It's going to be Neil Walker pinch hitting for him in the pitcher's spot. 265, 3 home runs, 7 runs batted in. A really solid 7 innings of work, just allowing a couple hits was Jake Arrieta. One of those on a solo home run to Trevor Story for the only run of the game for the Rockies. There's a swing and a line drive pulled foul off the bat of Walker. 265, 3 home runs, 960 OPS on the year for Walker. Signed a minor league deal with the Phillies this offseason and made the team out of spring training. 0-1 pitch is going to miss low. Another slider from Diaz. Rockies trying to go back to a game above the 500 mark. With a win today, they would fall a game below with a loss. Swinging a foul out of play. 1-2 the count now on Walker. Walker, former Yankee, former Met, former Pirate, former Marlin. That's where he was last year. There's a 1-2. It's going to miss outside. Count evens at 2. Into his motion windup, and the 2-2 from Diaz is swung on and skied towards left field. Desmond going back on this one, but he's got a beat on it. He will make the catch for out number 2.
Now batting, shortstop, G.
And that'll bring up Didi Gregorius. Gene Segura. 2 for 3 double single RBI. 4 for 8 has a double in this series. In today's game, as a matter of fact. Heard the word shortstop being uttered, and I thought he was going to say Didi Gregorius, the PA announcer. Playing third base today with Segura on the roster. Gregorius getting his talents showcased at second and third base. Former shortstop and a very good defensive shortstop in his time with the Yankees. Diaz into his motion. Wind up, and the 1-0 pitch is swung on and grounded up the middle into center field. A base hit. 2-out single for Gene Segura here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Couple hits today for Segura. Andrew McCutcheon will be the batter. He's had a couple hits in this ball game, 2 for 3. Throw over to first to drive back Segura. And there's a swing and a miss. Strike one. 2 for 3 double, single RBI in the day from McCutcheon. Batting .323 now, and the Phillies are happy to have him back. After spending a lot of time on the injured list last season in his first year with the Phillies, there's a strike. Harper, McCutcheon, good outfield corners. There's no worries there. But Nick Williams, they're going to see. Hopefully they can get something from him this year, as they're having question marks about center field. Odubel Herrera did not cut it. Domestic violence concerns with him, as well as poor performance. There's a swing and a foul towards the camera well off the bat of McCutcheon. 1-2 the count. So despite setting an extension with the Phillies, Odubel Herrera was outrighted off the 40-man roster. Despite making quite a bit in terms of salary, Grumall, a short story, steps on the bag himself, and that will retire the side. We go to the 8th. Rockies looking for a run, a couple runs. A few runs would be even better. It's the 6, 7, 8 hitters due up.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. Now pitching for the Phillies.
New pitcher for the Phillies is Hector Neris, 4.66 ERA, 9 2/3 innings. He's struggled with walks, nearly a batter per inning. Also striking out nearly a batter per inning. Ian Desmond, the first batter he faces. He had a walk on 4 pitches earlier in this game, otherwise 0 for 1. First pitch is taken for a strike on the inside corner. Desmond 1 hit and 5 at bats in his career against Neris. Here comes an 0-1 delivery, and it's swung on and popped in the air towards center. It's a long run for Williams, but he'll get there. And he will make the catch for out number 1. Jake Arrieta's final line on the day. He's in line for the win. 7 innings, only 2 hits, 1 run on the Trevor Story solo homer. 1 walk, 3 strikeouts. So Rockies are putting the ball in play largely. 90 pitches on the day for Arrieta. Just could not get anything going. Daniel Murphy, if you're wondering why he's batting 7th, usually bats 5th, well, Chris Owings was in the original starting lineup, and they made that defensive change in the bottom of the first inning. Not sure what happened with Owings still. Didn't get an at-bat, did not get an opportunity either to play an inning at first. Swing and a miss, quickly 0-2 on Murphy, who looks a little bit out of sorts today, like maybe he was planning on getting a day off. That was the plan. 0-2 pitch from Neris is taken outside. 35,060 in attendance today here at Citizens Bank Park on a Saturday afternoon. And that pitch is going to miss high. Count evens at 2. Two-two delivery is swung on and fouled out of play. Into his motion, the windup and the 2-2 pitch from Neris is taken high and outside. Full count now. Tony Wolters is waiting on deck. Really rough stretch for Tony Wolters right now as Neris asks for a new baseball. He will receive one. Some scores around baseball. Orioles beat the White Sox 6-1. Someone beat the White Sox. Gio Gonzalez getting his first loss of the year. Rockies didn't see Gio Gonzalez in that series at Coors Field. Renato Nunez homered for Baltimore. In the 8th inning, Yankees lead the Blue Jays 10-6, I should say. Brett Gardner has 3 hits. One of those is his 3rd home run of the year. Murphy draws a walk with 1 out. Randall Grichuk has homered for the Blue Jays. Runner aboard now for the Rockies with Tony Wolters coming up. Rays and A's are tied at 4. Game is in the 8th inning. Giants and Cleveland are just underway. No score in that ball game. They're in the second inning. First pitch to Walters is swung on and missed.
0-1's the count.
Tigers and Royals just about to get underway. They have Michael Fulmer against Jacob Junis. 0-1 pitch to Walters is swung on and grounded towards second base. 4-6-3 double play. And that will end the inning. Rockies have just not been able to get anything going on offense today. Only 2 hits. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Harper, Hoskins, Gregorius due up 4-1 Phillies.
Your attention, please.
New pitcher for the Rockies is James Pazos. This is his 18th game of the year. 17 innings, 15 strikeouts, 8 walks, 5.29 ERA, 2.94 average against lefties, 2.63 against righties. So some reverse splits for the lefty Pazos. First batter he will face is Bryce Harper. Try to get this lefty out. 0 for 3 in this ball game, slugging over 500 on the year is Bryce Harper. Lefty on lefty matchup. First pitch from Pazos is swung on and lined into center field, a base hit. First hit of the game for Bryce Harper, second hit of the series.
Now back, first baseman, Rhys Hoskins.
And that'll bring up Rhys Hoskins with a runner on and nobody out for the Phillies here in their half of the 8th inning. From the set, first pitch to Hoskins is taken low, ball 1. Cut fastball from Pazos. Hoskins 0 for 3 in this game. On base percentage is solid, .340, only slugging .339 though. Not the kind of numbers you want to see from your full-time first baseman. 1-0 pitch is in there for a strike. Bud Black looking on, laying down the signs. And that's going to miss down and in. Hitters count now. But Black really laying down the signs. Maybe some concerns about some technology being utilized by the Phillies. Don't want to accuse them of that. There's a pitch outside. Runner goes, and the throw down is not in time. Harper steals his second base of the year. He's in scoring position now with nobody out. And it's a 3-1 count on Rhys Hoskins. The pitch is just a little bit low, ball 4. He walked him. Couple runners on now for the Phillies.
Up next for Philadelphia, the third baseman.
And that will bring up Didi Gregorius, 1 for 3 in this ball game. Hoskins draws a walk to keep the line moving. Home run came back in the 4th inning for Gregorius. 2 hits in the series. 2 runs batted in. Had an RBI yesterday. Other scores around baseball. 6-1 Red Sox beat the Rangers. 11 strikeouts for Nathan Eovaldi in that game for the Red Sox. It's going to miss low and away. 1 ball and 1 strike now on Didi Gregorius. Pazos comes set. Looks towards second base where Harper is. Gets ready to deliver a 1-1. And that's swung on and fouled at the plate. The 1-2 is swung on and chopped weakly foul down the first base line. Pazos' 1-2 is taken outside. Slider that time from Pazos. Count evens at 2. And swung on and shot foul. We'll do it again. Looking towards second base as Pazos fires in a 2-2 pitch, and it's swung on and shot foul once more. Phillies making Pazos work here in the 8th inning. Two-two delivery is swung on and missed. He got him on strikes. That is out number 1. Starter comparison today, Arrieta had the much better day. 7 innings, 1 run on 2 hits, 3 strikeouts and a walk. Chichi Gonzalez went 4 innings, 4 runs on 7 hits, a strikeout, no walks for him. But back-to-back outings where Chichi Gonzalez does not go deep into a ball game. JT Realmuto 1 for 3, homered back in the 5th inning of this ball game, his only hit of the series. Double play possibility now. Realmuto runs well for a catcher. First pitch is taken down and in, ball 1. Realmuto hitting .344 on the year with runners in scoring position. The 1-0 is in there for a strike. Slider in the high 70s for Pazos. Looks towards second base where Harper is. Gets ready to deliver a 1-1 to Realmuto, and it's taken low. Hitter's count now on JT Realmuto. Former Miami Marlin. Look at some of the talent that no longer resides on the Miami Marlins. Christian Yelich, Marcelo Zuna, Giancarlo Stanton. That's a heck of an outfield. Ground ball hit towards first base. Murphy goes to second for 1 back to first, and that is a double play. And that will retire the side. Pazos works out of trouble. Last hope for the Rockies going to be a pinch hitter, then Trevor Story, then Charlie Blackmon. They're down 4-1.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for the Phillies, number 30.
David Robertson, new pitcher. He is closing things these days for the Phillies. He's done a heck of a job. This is his 13th appearance, converted all 6 potential saves, 11 innings, 0.82 ERA. Sam Hilliard will be the pinch hitter. He will get the first at bat. Rockies need 3 runs to tie here in the top of the 9th inning. 4-1 Phillies. First pitch to Sam Hilliard is taken high, ball 1. Hilliard hitting .125 on the year. Very small sample to work with, .347 OPS. The 1-0 is a strike on the outside corner. Bud Black disagreeing with that call, saying that's a ball. But I've yet to see a call like that get overturned. 1-1 pitch is going to miss outside. Hitter's count now on Sam Hilliard. Two-1 from Robertson is swung on and missed for strike 2. And here it is, swung on and fouled back over the screen by Hilliard. We'll do it again. And swing and a miss. He got him on strikes. That's out number 1 here in the 9th.
Now batting, shortstop,
Trevor Story will be the batter, responsible for the only run scored and driven in by the Rockies today with his solo homer. One of the only flaws in Jake Arrieta's day. First pitch to Story is taken high, ball 1. 4 for 8 in the series now for Story. Finished a homer shy of the cycle yesterday, getting that homer in the 6th inning of today's ball game. Here's a 1-0, and it's swung on and ripped in the air towards deep left field. Story, has he done it again? He has. Second home run of the day for Trevor Story, and the Rockies are a little bit closer now. It's 4-2 Phillies. 5th home run of the year, second of the day for Trevor Story. He's on a tear right now. 416 feet off the bat, 104 mile per hour exit velocity for Trevor Story, and the Rockies are within 2 runs now. That one even farther than the first. And Charlie Blackmon will be the batter. Not seen much contact like that off David Robertson this year. ERA climbing over 1 now. Charlie Blackmon takes first pitch strike on the inside corner. These Rockies just do better on the road than they do at home. At least that's been the case so far this year. 4-9 at home, 11-6 on the road. 0-1 coming to Blackmon is swung on and missed. Quickly 0-2 on Charlie Blackmon. Robertson winds up his 0-2, is swung on and missed. He got him on strikes, and the Rockies are down to their final out now.
Now batting, the center fielder,
David Dahl will be the batter. Dahl 0 for 3 on the day. First pitch from Robertson is taken just a little bit low, ball 1. Well, Ben Kuchnikavich of Purple Row along with you. I want to let you know this game is not affiliated with Major League Baseball, MLB The Show 20, or the Colorado Rockies. 1-0 pitch coming to Dahl is swung on and missed. Nolan Arenado waiting on deck. If Dahl can keep this moving, Arenado would be the potential tying run at the plate. 1-1 coming to Dahl is going to miss low. It's a hitter's count now on David Dahl. Two one, check swing, and that hit Dahl, and he did not go. He will reach base, and Nolan Arenado will step to the plate as the potential tying run. Arenado 0 for 3 on the day. He is due. .1041 OPS on the year for the Rockies All-Star third baseman. Robertson's first pitch from the set position is swung on and chopped foul by Arenado. Here comes an 0-1, and it's swung on and ripped foul. Rockies are down to their final strike now, but Arenado will keep battling. An 0-2 count on him against David Robertson, who's been one of the better closers in the game to start the 2020 campaign. The 0-2 pitch is swung on and missed. He got him on a pitch in the dirt. Throw down by Real Muto will get Arenado, and that is your ball game. Rockies bring the tying run to the plate in the 9th, but that is not enough. And your final score is 4-2 Phillies. Couple home runs for Trevor Story, also not enough for the Rockies today. And the Phillies will send this to a rubber game on Sunday. We will not have a broadcast for you on Sunday, but you can find all the latest updates on PurpleRow.com and on Purple Row's Twitter account, which is at Purple Row. Made it easy for you to find it. Win today for the Phillies. They get 4 runs on 9 hits. Rockies 2 runs on 3 hits. Jake Arrieta gets his first win of the year. He's 1-2. Chichi Gonzalez with the loss is now 1-3, and David Robertson picks up his 7th save of the year. Arrieta goes 7 innings, 3 strikeouts, a walk, 1 run on 2 hits. Chichi Gonzalez 4 in the 3rd innings, 4 runs on 7 hits, a strikeout, and no walks. David Robertson gets the save. He strikes out every batter he faces. Also, though, he strikes out the 3 outs he gets. Also a hit by pitch to Dahl and a solo homer to Trevor Story, the 1 run he gives up. Jake Arrieta is the player of the game, and he pitched well today. Trevor Story, the highlight on the Rockies offense, goes 2 for 4 with 2 of the team's hits, so both of those home runs. And Charlie Blackmon goes 1 for 4 with a double, and Desmond also reached base with a walk. Highlights on the Phillies offense. Gene Segura goes 3 for 4 with a double, RBI, and runs scored. G.T. Real Muto 1 for 4 with a homer. Same thing for Didi Gregorius. And Andrew McCutcheon goes 2 for 4 with an RBI double. Well, thank you for tuning in. Before we leave you, we'll take a look at the box score for this game. We'll see you on Tuesday and Wednesday next week when the Rockies go to Detroit to take on the Tigers, and we'll have updates on tomorrow's game against the Phillies, the rubber match, on purplerow.com. Thank you for tuning in once more.